June of '64, right after the earthquake, tidal wave. It was a mess. It really was. We kind of just had an idea as kids that, well, first of all, I should say that I was 8 years old, and when we got here, and kind of had heard, living in Wisconsin, what had happened to Alaska, mainly Kodiak, and so we knew what to expect. And when we got here, we flew in on PNA, which was the only airline, and it wasn't daily service. It was twice or three times a week, Pacific Northern Airlines. And flew in, landed at this old World War II era building, and my dad was here to pick us up, and we drove to town, some old car, went through town, and it was still a mess even in June. They were still cleaning it up. There were still boats up on land that they were working on to get off, and it was a real mess. Mud everywhere. Nothing was clean. And we went out to Island Lake where we were going to live, and house was almost done. Still had wood floors. The doors weren't up, and that was the start. Yeah, he was at the house during the earthquake when it started, and he got outside right away and went over to the pickup truck, he said, and he said it was just like a bucking bronco. It was on rubber tires, and it was just bouncing all over the place, and he hung on to it as long as he could. And I guess the earthquake lasted for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. And many people thought that the world was coming to an end. I remember that. Nothing but muddy roads. And remember, there wasn't no harbor. Lots of boats all over, but there was no harbor for them. It had taken out the breakwater, taken out the docks, the stalls, piling, everything. Just completely cleaned her out. And third grade was my first grade, which a couple months after we got here, we started it. And there was a lot of construction going on and cleaning up, and it was pretty active. We didn't get downtown much, and probably once a week, maybe as kids, that we'd go down shopping. One thing I do remember is going through the store after we were here, and they had canned goods that you could get for, I think it was 10 cents a can or a nickel a can. All the wrappers were off of it. The water had cleaned everything off. And it was still good stuff, but they didn't know what it was. So they just put it in a little, well, it wasn't little, it was a big area that had it, and you just pay a nickel a can.
And whatever you got.
You got. And I remember we bought quite a bit of it. The floor was muddy, dirty in the store, and because the water had gone in and out of it. I don't know if it was the original crafts building. They might have set up temporarily. I do remember that.